Hey kids, and welcome to a very special episode of Comics Should Smell Good. We're going to tell you everything that you need to know about the massive fall relaunch that is the Marvel Legacy.
And we better do a good job or Thanos will wipe us out of existence.
That's right.
So the pressure's on.
But that's okay, we've used the Infinity Gems and the power of that to gain the knowledge behind the scenes of the Marvel Legacy. And of course we have Mr. Professor of Marvel here, and who better than that to tell you the secret history here of Marvel Universe.
I'm very excited about Marvel Legacy for a lot of reasons. There's been a lot of relaunches where everything's number one, and it's all new and all different. And here's what's great about it. This is great for first-time readers who want to jump in, but it's so cool because there's so much paying homage to history. There are some new number one books and there's new creative teams, but there's also the teams that you love are going to continue on with brand new arcs, and even some books are going back to their original numbering. We're going to have Mighty Thor 700, we're going to have Hulk, we're going to have Incredible Hulk reaching their new numbers again. What's in a number? Well, it just kind of gives you an idea. And there's some really cool things they're making history with these weird covers. But in a nutshell, what happens with Marvel Legacy is it all starts with a one-shot by Jason Aaron and Esad Ribic, who were an amazing team together when they did Thor, God of Thunder, and doing, and so this kind of sets it up, and it even takes you way, way, way back, and it sets up what's called the Prehistoric Avengers. Yes, back in the dawn of time, there was a different Phoenix, there was a different Ghost Rider, there was a different Black Panther, there was a different Strange, and it starts way in the past, and it really sets the stage for what's next in the Marvel Universe, with a lot of returning characters, a lot of heroes that you love, and still a lot of the newer characters, the legacy characters, if you will. How do they interact? How do they move forward?
The goal here is to kind of have both inhabit, the universe of Marvel.
Exactly.
Because it's tough, I mean, Captain America wasn't Captain America for a long time. Thor was not Thor. Tony was gone for Iron Man.
Bruce Banner Hulk
was Hulk. But they're trying to figure out a way to really bring back these characters in a memorable, fashion, alongside with still showing the importance of this legacy and having these new characters and how they can kind of both coexist, which is why the Generations one-shots were cool, and why they're leading directly into this Marvel Legacy one-shot.
It's a rich, dark, decadent cake.
There you go, with
lots and lots and lots of awesome icing on it.
Yes. We've got things like, who sent the call from Planet Hulk? What is hunting the Infinity Stones? Where in the world is Captain America? Will Thor fight the War of Realms? And then why in the hell is Jean Grey heading to Canada? We don't know. And also, where's the body of Iron Man gone? We don't know.
I don't know.
Have no idea. But Marvel's posing a lot of these big questions to bring about the return. And there's going to be 53 new titles or so that'll be part of this legacy relaunch. Like Will mentioned, a lot of them are returning to what we are calling legacy numbering, where they add up all the previous series.
And in some cases, it's kind of like for Cable 150. So they're also counting like when he was Cable and Deadpool, and Cable and Deadpool and Cable. Back when Cable was actually more popular
than Deadpool.
Times changed.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's definitely one of our new picks, I would think, is definitely got to be like Cable 150 is called Newer Mutants, and it all goes back to, of course, once upon a time he joined the New Mutants and turned it into X-Force. But this time he's got a weird mix, and it's gonna be X-23, when she's still X-23, but she's still a new Wolverine. It's gonna have Blink, Long
Blink
Shot,
is awesome.
Dupe. Lots of cool characters.
Yes.
Ed Brisson's taking over Cable, and that'll be just one of the stories.
Just one of them. The thing we do want to stress, though, with the legacy numbering is that these are totally new reader-friendly, and you certainly do not have to have read 149 issues of Cable.
Or 690 issues of Captain America.
Exactly, prior to these coming out. It's just more to show the rich history of these characters, show how long they've been around, but if you've been following the regular Cable book, it will jump from issue like 7 or whatever to 150. You didn't wouldn't miss anything.
Yeah.
All right, certainly not. Everything will be, you know, that you need to know to enjoy these stories will be provided in the books.
And some awesome, awesome, awesome covers. And what the covers do is they're this weird lenticular thing. And what they do is it takes a classic moment and cover from way back in time throughout the years, but then puts not necessarily the same character, but new characters. For example, Gwenpool is going to be paying homage to a classic Fantastic Four. It's the classic image. You can see it in now when, you know, with Mr. Fantastic is all stretched around, Doctor Doom and the hand is there. There's lots of cool stuff. There's a great one for Thanos that pays homage to the first Secret Wars from way back.
Very cool.
Of course, I'm the old one being here. I actually remember most of these. But there's even before my time. There's a bunch. There's some classic 60s one. There's a great one where Spider-Man is being hunted by Kraven, and that's going to be a Spider-Man Deadpool. I mean, it's just, once again, what's cool about this, it looks to the future, yet it's still very nostalgic.
And these covers really represent that, and Marvel's really using that as a selling point, and you've probably heard a bunch of stuff online, just how hard it is to get them, and a lot of retailers are opting out. But we will have all the covers here at Xanadu. We always try to, you know, meet the needs of the fans and our customers, because that's why we're here, you know. So we will have, in various quantities, all the covers and stuff like that. So if you know your regular shop isn't getting them, feel free to come here and pick them up here.
So we're going to turn Thanos around so he doesn't hear this, but he's going to give us an insight. What are the value stamps? This is you're the store guy.
Yeah.
So what's that little secret we need to know?
So there's a cool thing also, and again, looking to the past for new stuff, Marvel is bringing back the value stamps, where back in the 70s, and 60s, they used to have these little stamps in each of the issues that had a character's head on it, and you could cut them out and collect them. Because obviously, you know, everybody was collecting the comics and stuff like that. So a lot of the older comics you'll find have these friggin', you know, cuts out of these little boxes. It's because kids cut out the value stamps. And so as a way to kind of bring that back in a little nostalgia, Marvel is doing that as an incentive for the non-lenticular covers. So there's going to be the shiny ones that do the movie thing, and then there's also going to be regular ones that will be a different cover that will include the value stamps, and we're gonna I think Marvel is sending us a few, but they will have these kind of like album things where you could put the value stamps in. And so there's going to be 53 value stamps, one for each, and we will also have those in limited quantities. But that's also something cool. You know, if you remember that, and you know, it's something you can share with your children.
Thankfully, this is something I don't remember. I'm not that old, but it's cool. I get to experience it.
Yeah, but no, it's a cool thing, and again, it goes with, you know, the legacy numbering and all that, and looking to the past for some old inspiration.
Okay, Thanos, you can come back and listen.
So Thanos is back.
So now we're going to do our picks.
Yeah, so we talked about Cable, which is one of them. The one that I'm really the most excited for is the return of the one true Steve Rogers.
Yes.
Who, if you haven't, or if you've kept up on Secret Empire a little bit at all, Kobik, who is the sentient cosmic cube, has kind of realigned things, and we now have two Steves. We have Evil Steve with the badass Hydra tat, which is really cool, and then we have the, I guess you could say, real Captain America or whatever is back. But the reason I'm really excited about this, it's by the team of Mark Waid and Chris Samnee, who most recently did Black Widow, which was hands down one of the best superhero spy things that Marvel has ever done. It's probably the best Black Widow that I've ever read, up there with like the Greg Ruckus stuff and the Igor Corti, and she's just such a phenomenal character, and for these guys to turn and do this really great, very pure, very super heroic, you know, take on Captain America, I'm very, very excited for.
They also did a great run on Daredevil.
And they did the phenomenal run on Daredevil.
Yeah. They're really good at doing back to basics.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I agonized along with many of you, and I was like, what are they doing? Why is Cap Hydra? But look, when you read enough comic books, heroes have to fall so they can rise again.
That's right.
So this is going to be about Steve Rogers going across America on his own mission, trying to fight crime, trying to find Rogers' but he's also fighting for redemption. And I love what Nick Spencer did, but it's cool to also see, I'm really excited to see what Wade's going to do.
Yeah.
You know, with Steve as we know him.
Which is cool. And it's also because Wade was responsible for, way back in my day, they did the Heroes Reborn stuff in the 90s, where Captain America had come back along with the other heroes after being gone for a while, and he did a really great job on that. So it's cool for him to kind of return to this, 20 years later in a similar idea.
And Sam Wilson will be back. He will be sticking around. He is going back to becoming the Falcon again.
Yep.
Cool new costume, new creative team. He's going to have a sidekick called the Patriot. It's not Patriot for Young Avengers, though.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And, Sam did a great job, and it was a lot of cool stuff that he did fighting other versions of Hydra, and even fighting for his own identity when people were saying, "Why are you Captain America?" Which he was an awesome Captain America.
He was a great Cap. Yeah.
He was a great Cap.
Yeah.
But he's got a weird villain. I'm really excited. He's going to be taking on Blackheart.
Oh,
Who's kind
really?
of like supernatural cool stuff there.
Whoa.
So, I'm kind of excited about that.
Rodney Barnes and Joshua Cassara, who I'm not familiar with either of those, but they're taking on the new team. And especially in Secret Empire, Falcon really had a huge play in the whole last part of it. So it should be cool to see him kind of get the spotlight again after giving back the shield.
Yeah. And one thing I'm super excited about, this is old school. When I was a little kid, I love Marvel 2-in-1 because you got I love Ben Grimm. He was the big rock guy who was always clobbering time.
Yeah.
Because not only did he have Fantastic Four, but he had this awesome series called Marvel 2-in-1, and it always starred Ben Grimm and a different co-star each issue. It was like Quasar, Spider-Man, all kinds of cool stuff.
It went so long that it was everyone.
Yeah, it was everybody. He teamed up with Ben Grimm. Yeah. And he had chemistry with everybody. It was really cool. Yeah. And one of the biggest projects, it's got to be collected somewhere, the Project Pegasus storyline. It was this ongoing storyline about this weird, crazy government lab. But anyway, Marvel 2-in-1 is relaunching, but it's going to be Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And the hints have been there. The demand is there. Yes. The love is there for the Fantastic Four to get back together. As you know, at the end of Secret Wars, Reed and Sue and the kids were off exploring the new rediscovered multiverse. Yep. But Ben and Johnny came back. Ben was in the Guardians for a while. Johnny was hanging out. He was Medusa's boyfriend and the Inhumans. But now these two are back together and going on new adventures. And I think it's going to happen. I actually appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that they're waiting for probably the right writer and the right pitch to bring them back.
Yeah, it is Chip Zdarsky, who recently did Howard the Duck and who is the artist on Sex Criminals, teaming up with Jim Chung, who is awesome. Jim Chung doesn't do too many books a year, and he does a phenomenal Ben Grimm. Yeah, it's kind of hard to draw all that rockiness and whatever. But this is the Fate of the Four, Part 1, and the Fantastic Four, the Marvel's first family. They need to be here if you're going to have a legacy relaunch. I mean, the Marvel Universe started in '62 with the Fantastic Four. So without them, you have no Marvel Universe. So good on Marvel for bringing those back. And another kind of old school team up a little bit, we've got Iron Fist, who's continuing with the team of Ed Brisson and Mike Perkins, and kind of fighting his old nemesis Sabretooth, which he first appeared in way back in 74 or 75 in the Kung Fu craze. Some of you may be put off by the not-so-great Netflix Marvel Iron Fist series. That's over there. That's another sport. It doesn't matter, all right? The Immortal Iron Fist is super, super badass. Fraction and Brubaker and David Aja, a couple years, or I guess multiple years back at this point, did the phenomenal psychedelic Kung Fu book that has just cemented Iron Fist in my heart as one of my favorite Marvel characters. And
for me, it was Kari Andrews.
Kari Andrews afterwards was so good. Oh man, the Living Weapon was awesome. So it's going to be kind of a tough, thing to follow this.
But I do remember way back when I was a young X-Men fan, Chris Claremont he was doing Power Man and Iron Fist.
That's right.
And then the Iron Fist series is where although he's a beloved, well, beloved is not the term, but he's a hated Wolverine villain, an X-Men villain, but he got his start in Iron Fist. And these two, it's called Round 2. It's kind of a rematch. But Danny may need Victor Creed to help him save Kunlun, which is going to be. I'll have faith. I'm with you, Ed.
It's kind of
I will follow this journey.
Yeah,
I'm really tripping on that.
And as far as the mutants, they are fighting what I gotta say is my favorite X-Men villain ever, Mojo. nasty, stinky, he just makes you feel weird.
Yeah.
The man that runs Mojo World, which is a kind of TV reality world where people thrive on the death of those who are unfortunate enough to participate in Mojo's machinations. But we've got X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold crossing over. Cullen Bunn, Mark Guggenheim, and Jorge Molina, who I really have been enjoying, are teaming up. And it's going to take the combined might of both of these teams to defeat Mojo.
Yeah. And these books, once again, are really nostalgic. You've got Gold with Kitty Pryde. You've got the young original X-Men with Jean Grey.
Yep.
And this is their first big crossover
It
together.
It is.
And Mojo is some weird stuff. It is definitely a different kind of thing.
It's a different vibe.
It gave us X-Babies and all this weird kind of stuff.
And Long Shot, and it was like the heyday of Art Adams getting to do all sorts of cool stuff, and he's providing the covers too, which again is a nice kind of throwback legacy thing. But I'm always down for more Long Shot. Like Long Shot.
And then another book that I think is going to be a big one. Return to Planet Hulk. Incredible Hulk. You know, Bruce Banner was dead until maybe Secret Empire. We don't know that. Anyway.
Yeah, but, maybe he got like zombie Hulk, which was weird. Yeah.
Amadeus Cho has been the totally awesome Hulk, and it really has been totally awesome. But Greg Pak, the genius. I mean, he's an awesome Hulk writer. He's the guy who gave us the original Planet Hulk. The planet Sakaar. There's a signal. And Amadeus Cho gets it, and it's like, who is asking for help? And it's going to be Return to Planet Hulk. It's going to be awesome. Greg Pak is a monster,
He's a
for
great
lack
writer.
of a better word, when it comes to writing Hulk. So I'm excited to see where this is going. I mean, if there was a true legacy, and it's going to be in like the 600?
709.
709.
Or 708.
Seven something.
Which is really, really quite high up there. And Greg Land is providing the art. And it's cool, again, like the Greg Pak stuff. I mean, he took Cho all the way from when he was just a regular character in his Hulk run, and built him up all the way to be the new Hulk, which is, again, this kind of nice organic growth for the legacy. So I know that was a lot, but that's just a piece of what's coming out. There's a lot more. I'm sure Will will be putting something up on his Comics Blend site soon about the whole thing.
Oh, there's stuff there now.
Okay.
I could write about this forever.
There you go.
Once again, it definitely takes the younger, newer legacy characters. It gives you the classic. It feels very forward-thinking, yet if you're nostalgic, once again, if you want to just go in and just go crazy and learn all the history and learn the stories behind all these cool covers and some of these numbers, awesome. But if not, you could just dive in with Marvel Legacy one-shot. Jason
Which
Aaron
is really, it's a big, like 50-page.
He's going to lead you there and set all the mysteries and all the big storylines that are going to be all through the new books.
Absolutely.
Throughout, well into 2018 probably.
Yeah. So, and I'll be posting a checklist and some other stuff up on our Facebook and website, and keep it, tuned for more little bits on Legacy, because there is so much that's coming out. We're going to try to keep you kind of appraised of it as it comes. So, thanks for watching. Take notes, watch it again, and we'll see you all at the regular scheduled bat time of Comics Should Smell Good.
Maybe we should say snick time.
The snick time.
In honor of Wolverine.
There you go. All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching.